Yesterday I had started with the topic on trigonometry, and I had told you that I will discuss all these things, those topics which are listed over here. The first is trigonometric ratios, which I have already discussed. Then reciprocal formulae, that also discussed. The co-function and complementary angles, again that is discussed. And in this session we will discuss about trigonometric ratios of some specific angles and trigonometric identities. How to remember these two things? One is trigonometric ratios of specific angle and another one is trigonometric identities. And now let me revise quickly within 5 minutes by asking you the questions. So let me revise it. And what is the word used, not the sentence, what is the word that we use to remember the trigonometric ratios? Please type it in the comment box. What is the word that we use to remember sine, cos and tan as the ratio of their sides? The sides are adjacent side, opposite side and hypotenuse. So please type the word which you used to remember the trigonometric ratios sine, cos and tan. Yes, right, Bhumi. It is SOHCAHTOA. Please say SOHCAHTOA loudly 5 times. And now please type the word, or please type the sentence that is used to remember SOHCAHTOA. Let me see how many of you remember the sentence. So please type this sentence. Let me see how many of you are remembering it. Okay, I will repeat it. She offered her child a hilltop teaspoon of applause. Okay, the sentence is she offered her child a hilltop teaspoon of applause. Please say this loudly. Please say this loudly. Okay, and it is SOHCAHTOA. It is sine opposite to hypotenuse. Ka means cos adjacent to hypotenuse. TOA means tan opposite to adjacent. And the next thing that we remember is reciprocal formulae. And to remember reciprocal formulae, we had drawn a super hexagon. Super hexagon is drawn like this. This is tan, sine, cos, cot, cosec, and on the left hand side all with C, and on the right hand side without C, and this is sec. And the reciprocal formula is like this. The opposite vertices, sine theta is 1 upon cosec theta, or cosec theta is 1 upon sine theta. Then similarly another pair is cos and sec. Cos theta is 1 upon sec theta, or sec theta is equal to 1 upon cos theta. And the third pair is tan and cot on the opposite vertices of the super hexagon. And tan theta is equal to 1 upon cot theta, and cot theta is equal to 1 upon tan theta. And so with the help of super hexagon, I have told you how to remember the reciprocal formulae. And next, we have studied what is called as co-functions. Cosine is, or cos is co-function of sine, cot is co-function of tan, cosec is co-function of sec. And you can remember this again by using super hexagon. Same thing I have drawn. And you see the pair on the horizontal lines. There are three horizontal lines, horizontal segments, and those segments, what I say is, represent the pair of cofunction. So cos is cofunction of sine, cot is cofunction of tan, and cosec is cofunction of sec. And this is how we have seen in the last class the technique to remember the cofunction. And as per this, now we have discussed cofunctions and complementary angles. These cofunctions are used in complementary angle type of problems that I will show you how to solve very easily these complementary angles problems. So is there any question up to this? Yes. Svetang has given a statement and all others have given this statement. It's nice of you. And now let me go to the next part. And here I want to tell you certain things before I go to the next part. One thing is that I have released 4 courses in your each and everybody's email account. So what you have to do, those who have done, that is fine. Those who have not done, it is like this. Those who have not done, go to your email box. There will be email by E-Learning Career Academy, which is my e-learning school. And in that, you open the email and make a confirmation of email by just clicking on confirmation email button. Once you do that, it will ask you to set a password. You set a password, easy one that you can remember. And once you set the password, you will go or he will ask you to go to the class. So when you click over there, you will go to my platform, and there you will find 4 courses. One is memory power formula, second is mind map mastery, third one is the timetable, and the fourth one is MCQ preparation course. And when you open MCQ preparation course, you will find that yesterday's video is available over there, and below the video PDF notes are available. So please try. Those who have not tried, please try, and those who have tried, because that was others, it was sent yesterday, and now the new course is also sent, the 4th course. So please go and see the 4th course. Those who have made email confirmation, they need not go back to email again. What they have to do is, I have sent the link to enter my e-learning school. So please click on the link always whenever you want to go into my school for accessing these courses. So go there, click the link, then put your ID as your email ID, put your password which you have set, and you will enter your school, and there you will find these courses. So there will be these everyday sessions systematically noted over there, and notes also will be there. So you can access them, you can download the notes, do whatever you want, and you can do it for any number of times. So in regard to this, is there any question? Whatever information I have told you, is there any question? Kanishk is giving very nice comments. He is doing better in maths. Thanks. Okay, welcome Kanishk. So Bhumi, it's nice. You don't have any questions, but though you don't have questions now, while logging into your with your ID password into my system, you may develop some problem, maybe because of the browser or maybe because of any other things. And if you face problem, please let me know. Please send a message or whatever screen you are seeing, please send it on my this things, and I will help you to how to help you to log in into my platform. Because once you have got familiar with this, you will do it automatically every time. But first time, some students may face the problem, some students. And if you don't face the problem, then it's very good. You all are expert in doing that. Okay, with that, let me go to the next part in our theory. That is how to remember the trigonometric ratios of some specific angles. And to do that, so I will say here trigonometric ratios of specific angles. And what are those specific angles? Let's see. The angles are, I will write here, one angle is 0 degree. These are the angles. One is 0 degree, another one is 30 degree, the third one is 45 degrees, fifth one is 60 degrees, and sorry, fourth one is 60 degrees, and fifth one is 90 degrees. So these are the specific angles, and you have to know the values of sine, cos, tan of this specific angle. So I will write sine theta here, and this is an angle theta, then cos of theta, then tan of theta. After tan, I will write cot of theta, then cosec of theta, and the last one is sec of theta. And these are the values that you have to remember. And I will tell you the tricks which you will never forget. And for that, you have to just use the fingers and nothing else. So you see here, the angles are 0, 30, 45, 60, and 90 degrees. And now I will tell you the tricks. And for that, you are with your notebook. So I will request you to keep your hand on the notebook. And by keeping your hand on the notebook, please draw your fingers like this. So I'm drawing my fingers. This is one. This is the second finger. This is the middle finger. And then comes the thumb. Okay, this is what I have drawn. So please draw your fingers. Keep your left hand palm on your notebook and draw your fingers like this. And when you have drawn it, please say done in the comment box. When you have drawn it, please say done in the comment box. See how the way I have drawn it. The 5 fingers, the thumb you may not able to see it properly, but thumb is also there. This is the thumb. This is the first finger, second finger, third finger, and fourth finger. So once you draw it, please say done in the comment box. Okay, very good. Everybody has done it. And that is this one, the first finger here is a thumb. What is the second finger? Second finger is index finger. It is index. Index meaning it is indicating. It is indicating that you or this or that. Okay, so the second finger is index finger. The third one is middle finger. Fourth one is ring finger, and the fifth one is baby finger. This is the baby finger. So please note down the names of the fingers and type it in the comment box. What is the first finger? First is thumb, second is index, third one is middle, fourth one is ring, and the fifth one is the baby finger. So please type in the comment box all these fingers in line of your palm. Once you do that, I will tell you one more exercise. Yes, right at a stretch. Yeah, thumb, index, middle, ring finger, and the baby finger. That's very right. Now, first what you do, with thumb you write angle associated with the thumb is 0 degree. Angle associated with the index finger is 30 degrees. And with middle fingers it is 45 degrees. With the ring finger it is 60 degrees. And with the baby finger it is 90 degrees. So the angles associated with thumb is 0 degree, with index 30 degrees, with middle finger 45 degrees, with ring finger it is 60 degrees, and baby finger it is 90 degrees. So now you will have real fun. Ab to maja aa jayega. Now first of all, you have to remember one more thing, and that thing is root of x divided by 2. This is the formula you have to remember. Root of x divided by 2. And x is number of fingers on thumb side. On thumb side. So x, if let x be the number of fingers on the thumb side, and the formula for writing these ratios is root x upon 2. Now let us begin. Please raise your left hand palm. Can you see how I have raised it? Just see how I have raised it. Just raise your left hand palm and you are showing a hand to someone. Once you do that, first you bend your thumb. You see how I have bent? Can you see my hand with fingers bent? If you can see it, please type yes in the comment box. Okay, you can see it. So now please bend your thumb. And when you bend your thumb, please check how many fingers are there towards the right hand side of the thumb. From thumb, how many fingers are there on the right hand side? So please type the number. How many fingers are there? Is it 0 or is it 4 on the right hand side of the thumb? Yes, it is 0. Sayom, you are right. And others are also right. It is 0. So number of fingers when thumb is bent is 0. And that means instead of x, there will be 0. and root of 0 is 0, divided by 2 is also becomes 0. So the sine of 0 degrees is 0. Now I will open back the thumb and bend the index finger. I have bent index finger now. Please bend your index finger. And when you bend your index finger, how many fingers are there towards the thumb? Please type in the comment box. How many fingers are there towards the thumb? Please type your answer in the comment box. Yes, Bhumi, you are right. And it is 1. So when 1 is there, this I will write root of 1 divided by 2. And root 1 is 1 and this is equal to 1 upon 2. So sine of 30 is 1 upon 2. So now with the help of your palm and fingers, you know sine 0 is 0, sine 30 degrees is half, and the next is to find sine of 45 degrees. And for that again you take your palm and 45 degree represents the middle finger, and so you bend your middle finger. When you bend your middle fingers, how many fingers are there towards the thumb? Please type in the comment box. Yes, the number of fingers are 2. Very good. So when it is 2, what I will write, instead of x, I will put 2. So this is root 2 divided by 2. And this I can write as root 2 as it is. Let me write it properly, otherwise you may develop some confusion. So root 2 divided by 2. Again, root 2 as it is in the numerator, and in the denominator it is root 2 multiplied by root 2. And root 2 multiplied by root 2 becomes 2. And so here 1 root 2 and 1 root 2 gets cancelled, and this is 1 upon root 2. So sine of 45 is 1 upon root 2. Sine of 45 is 1 upon the root 2. Now again, we will go for 60 degrees, and the finger representing 60 degrees is ring finger. So now I will bend a ring finger, and you see that there are 3 fingers towards the thumb. So it is root of 3 divided by 2. So my answer for sine 60 degrees is root 3 divided by 2. And the next one is the baby finger. So you bend your baby finger, and number of fingers towards the thumb when you bend baby fingers is 4. So your answer over here is root of x, meaning root of 4 divided by 2, and root of 4 is 2, and that is divided by 2. This will be equal to 1. So sine of 90 degrees is 1. And so much energy is required only for the first row, and second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth row is very, very easy. You can write directly verbally all these ratios of subsequent trigonometry functions. Okay, so is there any difficulty in understanding this? You have to only understand this how to write ratios of specific angles of sine theta. Rest all is easy. So is there any question in understanding this? If there is any question, please ask your question, and if there are no questions, please type clear or understood, or just you, or just see. Bhumi is writing no. What do you mean by no? Have you not understood it? Bhumi, please. No difficulties, Svetang. Okay. Bhumi, what is your difficulty? Please type your difficulty. Yeah, Sai Om, which part do you want me to repeat? Please type it in the comment box. Sai Om. Should I repeat the entire thing? I have to repeat 45 degrees. Yes, I will repeat. So you see 45 degrees is represented by middle finger. So you see my palm and I bend the middle finger. And when I bend the middle finger, number of fingers on the left hand side are 2. So my formula is root of x divided by 2, and instead of x there are 2 fingers, so this is root 2 divided by 2. And you must be knowing that root 2 multiplied by root 2, this becomes root 2 root of 2 multiplied by 2, and this becomes root of 4, and root of 4 is 2. So that means I can write 2 as root 2 multiplied by root 2. So what I have done here is root 2 kept as it is, and 2 I have written root 2 multiplied by root 2. So this is root 2 multiplied by root 2. And from this root 1 root 2 gets cancelled, and what is remaining is 1 upon root 2. And that is how sine of 45 degrees 1 upon root 2. Is it followed, Sai Om? If it is now clear, please type clear, and if it is still there is some doubt, please ask your doubt. Okay. Any other question? I have not understood why Bhumi is saying no question. Okay, fine. Thank you. So you need not send me message in private, Sai Om. You can send it so that others also can see it. No problem. Okay. Now with this help of a palm, you see, you can remember this ratio very fine, and your palm is always there with you in the examination hall also. And just bend the fingers and find these ratios. And now for cos theta, there are 2 methods. When you bend the finger, you take the number of fingers on towards the baby finger. You take the number of fingers towards the baby finger instead of towards the thumb. That is one method. And more easier method is also there. That is what? So now you have gone from 0 half 1 upon root 2, root 3 upon 2 to 1. So you have gone in this line. So you start from the last and come towards the first. So the last one is 1. So here that you write as the first one. Second one is second last is root 3 by 2. That you write as second. So here this is root 3 by 2. And for 45 degrees, for both is 1 upon root 2. Both is 1 upon root 2. And see, we have started with 1, then gone for root 3 upon 2, then gone for 1 upon root 2, and then go for half, and you write this as half over here. And from half you go to this 0, so here it will be 0. So this is forward and this is reverse. One is forward and one is reverse. So please write this in the reverse order, so that cos of 0 degrees is 1, cos of 30 degrees is root 3 by 2, cos of 45 degrees is 1 upon root 2, cos of 60 degrees is half, cos of 90 degrees is 0. So is that clear here? Is Trigonometric ratios of specific angles with respect to cos, are they clear? If they are clear, please type in the comment box as clear or you. And if they are not clear, please type your question and I will explain you this thorough in more detail if you want. Yes, very good. It's very nice of you. You are so good students. You are so nice students. You grasp the concept easily. You grasp this concept easily. Very nice, very nice. Now comes the turn of tan theta. And we know tan theta is equal to 1 upon, sorry, that is sine theta upon cos of theta. So that means tan of 0 will be value of sine 0 divided by cos of 0. So I will write it here. See, tan of 0 will be equal to sine of 0 divided by the cos of 0, and sine 0 we have seen is 0 and cos 0 is 1. So this will be equal to 0. So tan 0 is 0, and this you can do verbally. I am purposely writing this so that you can understand it once. Otherwise, you need not write all these things. You can do it verbally and practice this 2-3 times with the help of the tricks that I am telling you now. And if you practice it, then you will develop the habit of understanding this just verbally. Okay, that was tan 0. Now let us see tan of 30 degrees. So tan of 30 degrees is equal to sine of 30 degrees divided by cos of 30 degrees. And sine of 30 degrees is half. So it's 1 upon 2. And cos of 30 degrees is root 3 upon 2. And these two gets cancelled. And this will be 1 upon root 3. So tan of 30 degrees is 1 upon root 3. Then let us see tan of 45 degrees, and it is equal to sine of 45 degrees divided by cos of 45 degrees. And we see sine 45 is 1 upon root 2 and cos 45 is also 1 upon root 2. So here this is 1 upon root 2 and denominator is also 1 upon root 2. These two things get cancelled and tan of 45 degrees works out to be 1. And the next one is tan of 60 degrees, which is equal to sine of 60 degrees upon cos of 60 degrees. And sine of 60 degrees is root 3 by 2. So this is root 3 by 2 and cos of 60 degrees is half. So these two and these two gets cancelled and what is remaining is root 3. So tan of 60 degrees is root 3. And now it is an interesting part to find out tan of 90 degrees. And let us see what is the interesting part in tan of 90 degrees. And you must be knowing it also, that interesting part. But let me write here tan of 90 degrees is equal to sine of 90 degrees divided by cos of 90 degrees. Sine of 90 degrees is 1 and cos of 90 degrees is 0. We have seen here 1 and 0. And when 0 comes in the denominator, you normally say that value is infinity. But you cannot say it infinity. Please don't say it infinity. What we say is as not defined. ND. It is not defined. So whenever 0 comes in the denominator, you have to write it as not defined. And this is how you can verbally remember these values by knowing values of sine and cos. So you just take one value and divide by other value. So tan theta is 0 upon 1 is 0. Tan of 30 is half divided by root 3 upon 2. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So it is 1 upon root 2. 1 upon root 3. And tan of 45 degrees is 1 upon root 2 divided by 1 upon root 2. That will become 1. And tan of 60 degrees is root 3 divided by 2 divided by half. And it becomes root 3, and tan of 90 degrees is not defined, that is ND. It is not defined. And this is how you can fill the table of tan of some specific angles. Is there any question up to here? Please ask your question if there are any difficulties, and if no difficulties, please type U or C or clear or understood. That's very nice. Please don't hesitate to ask your doubts or the difficulties. I want to clear your concept, and you will love to solve the problem once the concepts are clear. You will not feel any more boring. You will find that the mathematics is the most interesting topic, and you will develop liking for it. Normally people hate mathematics because they don't understand the concept or their basics are not clear. And with that, let me go for finding cot of theta. And cot theta by reciprocal formulae, you remember that it is equal to 1 upon tan of theta. So that means you just take the reciprocal of this. Just take the reciprocal of tan, that is 1 upon this value, you will get cot of theta. And you see, cot of 0 is 1 upon tan of 0, and it is 1 upon tan 0 is 0. So, and when it is denominator is 0, so it is not defined. So cot 0 is not defined. And then, sorry, this is not cos, it is cot. Then cot of 30 degrees is equal to 1 upon tan of 30 degrees. That is 1 upon tan 30 degrees is 1 upon root 3. And this will become 1 into 1 upon root 3. So that is equal to root 3. Sorry, 1 upon root 3. So this is 1 upon root 3. Sorry, it is not 1 upon root 3. It is root 3. Let me correct this. So this will happen like this. So this one as it is, and this when we take up, it becomes inverted. So root 3 divided by 1, and this is equal to root 3. So the second one is root 3. This answer is root 3. And similarly, cot of 60 degrees is equal to 1 upon tan of 60 degrees. And this is 1 upon tan of 60 degrees is root 3. So this is equal to 1 upon root 3. So I will write 1 upon root 3 here. And cot of 45 degrees is equal to 1 upon tan of 45 degrees. And that is 45 degree tan is 1. So 1 upon 1 is 1. So this one is also 1. And lastly, cot of 90 degrees is equal to 1 upon tan of 90 degrees. And tan of 90 degrees is not defined. And 1 upon not defined is equal to 0. So this is 0. And again, if you know tan theta, you go in the reverse direction to find cot of theta. So here 0, 1 upon root 3, 1, root 3 and not defined. Then last will come first here as not defined. Then root 3 will come here, 1 as it is. Here 1 upon root 3 will go here and 0 will go over here. So this is front direction, and for cot you go in the reverse direction. Either you remember like this or find cot theta as 1 upon tan of theta. So there are two methods. Once you know tan theta, for cot theta you go in the reverse direction. So I hope that is clear now. So if it is clear, please type clear in the comment box, or if there are any doubts, please ask your doubts. Yes, very good. Let me go to the next part, and next part is still easy. And cosec of theta we know as 1 upon sine theta by reciprocal formula. So what I have to do is directly take the value of sine and take it in the denominator, 1 upon the value of sine. So first one is cosec of 0, and cosec of 0 is 1 upon sine 0, and 1 upon sine 0 means 1 upon 0, and 0 comes in the denominator, so this is not defined. Then cosec of 30 degrees is 1 upon 1 upon 2. So 1 upon 1 upon 2 works out as 2. Then cosec of 45 degrees is 1 upon root 2. So 1 upon 1 upon root 2 works out to be root 2. Cos of 60 degrees is 1 upon root 3 upon 2, which works out as 2 upon root 3. And cosec of 90 degrees is 1 upon 1, and 1 upon 1 is 1. I have directly written by verbal calculations. Do you want me to show the detailed calculations, or have you understood this verbal this? And if you have understood it, that's fine. If you have not understood, I will explain this again thoroughly as I have explained over here. So please type it in the comment box whether things are clear or not. If you have understood, please write you, and if you have not, please type your questions. Okay. Svetang is saying no. Some are saying clearly understood. Okay, for Svetang, I will explain you once again. And for others also, those who might have not understood and they have not said, not understood, let me write it here. It is very simple thing. So here I will write, this is cosec of 0 is equal to 1 upon sine of 0, and that is 1 upon sine of 0 is 0, and so and 1 upon sine of 0, and when 0 is in the denominator, it is not defined. So please, I have written not defined here. And then cosec of 30 degrees is equal to 1 upon sine of 30 degrees, and that is 1 upon sine 30 degrees, you see, is half. Sine 30 degrees is half. So I'll write half, and this will be 1 into 2 upon 1. This is equal to 2. So now I have written 2 over here. And next one is cosec of 45 degrees is equal to 1 upon sine of 45 degrees. And sine of 45 degrees is 1 upon root 2. This is 1 into root 2 divided by 1. So it is root 2. And see here, I have written root 2 for cosec of 45 degrees. And the next one is cosec of 60 degrees is equal to 1 upon sine of 60 degrees, and that is equal to 1 upon root 3 upon 2. So this is 1 into 2 upon root 3. So it is 2 upon root 3. So this is 2 upon root 3 which I have written over here. And the last one is cosec of 90 degrees, which works out as sine of 90 degrees, 1 upon sine of 90 degrees, and sine of 90 degrees is 1, and 1 upon 1 is 1. So here I have put the answer 1. If it is clear now, please type clear, especially Svetang. Sai Om I have repeated. So Sai Om and Svetang, please type in the comment box whether you have understood. I have done it very fast. Sorry for that. Yes, very good. Tanisha is saying clear. Vedang is saying clear. Svetang is saying clear. And what about Sai Om? Sai Om, is it clear? Yes. Yeah, very good. And the last this thing, and you see, this I have explained thoroughly because this is the first time that you are learning. But when you do it or repeat this thing, and you will develop the habit of remembering this verbally or just by thinking in the air without noting down. So the last one is sec of theta, and sec of theta is 1 upon cos of theta. 1 upon cos of theta. You have seen sin theta and cos theta, they come in the reverse order. Tan theta and cot theta comes in the reverse order. Do you think that cosec of theta and sec of theta will come in the reverse order? Please type your answer. Yes or no? Will sec theta come in the reverse order with compared to that of cosec theta? You please type your comment as yes or no, and let me see how many can visualize this correctly. Okay, only for complementary. Yes, you are right. It is only for complementary. Sine and cos, they are complementary. So they are co-functions, then it is only for co-function. So sine and cos is co-function, that is why it is coming in the reverse order. Tan and cot is co-function, that is why it is coming in the reverse order. And cosec and sec are co-functions, now it will come in the reverse order. So I will start, take this last value and put as first value, take this second value, last value, and put as second value in this, that is 2 divided by root 3, and this is the middle one, it will remain as it is. Then the second one I will write as second last 2, and the first one that is not defined I will write as the last. So this is not defined. Or what you can do is sec theta is 1 upon cos theta. Cos you remember perfectly. This is 1 upon 1 will become 1. 1 upon root 3 by 2 becomes 2 by root 3. 1 upon root 2. 1 upon root 2 becomes root 2. 1 upon half becomes 2. And 1 upon 0 becomes not defined. So is there any question in remembering the last row? And if it is clear, please type clear in the comment box. And if it is not clear, please type not clear in the comment box so that I can explain you again. So please type the comment in the comment box. Let me see how many of you have understood and how many of you have not understood. And then I will have to explain one more concept in this figure, because that concept is very, very important, as some problems are based on that concept understanding. So for all it is clear, so let me tell you about one more concept. The concept is like this. The angle that we have seen is ranging from, the range of angle is 0 to 90 degrees. So when not defined is there, that angle is not included. And for others other than not defined, other than not defined, so I will write ND, the angle is included. I will tell you where it is included. Now, for example, I will write it here. So let me draw a line here, and here I will say the range, and range meaning it is range of angles. So sine value is defined for 0, that is extreme angle, and also defined for 90 degrees, so it is extreme angle. So here theta is less than 0 or greater than 90 degrees. Let me write this again properly. "90 degrees is less than theta," or I will write it like this. Theta is greater than 0 degrees and less than 90 degrees. So it is not only greater than 0 degrees, it is also equal to 0 degrees. Theta is greater than or equal to 0 degrees, and theta is less than or equal to 0 degrees. And this means that angle 0 and 90 degree are included. So in the definition of sine function, all angles between 0 and 90 degree and also 0 and 90 degree are included. So that is the first case. Again, same thing for cosine, because cos of 0 is 1 and cos of 90 is 0. So it is defined, cos is defined for all angles and equal to, greater than or equal to 0 degrees and less than or equal to 90 degrees. Now further game is different. This game is different for tan of theta. For tan of 0 degrees, it is 0, so that means it is defined, and for tan of 90 degrees it is not defined. So I can write this theta is less than 90 degrees but not equal to 90 degrees. If it is equal to 90 degrees, it is not defined, and it is equal to 0 degrees because it is defined, so it is greater than or equal to 0 degrees. So you have to know that the range of angles for sine theta is between greater than or equal to 0 degree and less than or equal to 90 degrees. Same is for cos theta, but for tan theta, the theta is less than 90 degrees but not equal to 90 degrees. But it is greater than 0 degrees and also equal to 0 degrees. Similarly, can you type in the comment box what about cot of theta? So I will write theta is less than 90 degrees and greater than 0 degrees. where equal to sign will come at 90 degrees or 0 degrees. So please write 90 or 0 where equal to sign comes. So let me check whether you understood this concept or not. So here in one of the sign will be equal, either with with 90 degrees or with 0 degrees. Where the sign of equality comes, is it with 90 degrees or is it with 0 degrees? So let me check your knowledge so far what we have learned. So your answer is 0 degrees, and it is not 0 degree. Yes, it is with 90 degrees, not with 0 degrees. With 0 degrees, this cot theta is not defined. So equal to sign will come with cot of 90 degrees, which is defined. So equal to sign will come over here and no equal to sign will come over here, as that value is not defined. Cot of 0 is not defined. So here equal to sign is not there. Equal to sign is not there, meaning theta is greater than 0 and not 0. That means theta is not included. All angles greater than 0 are included. I hope you understood this concept, why it is not with 0, it is with the 90. And okay, anyway, mistake tend to happen. Let us correct it over here. And I will write for cosec of theta, theta is less than 90 degrees and greater than 0 degrees. And where the equality sign will come, will it come with 90 or will it come with 0? Please type in the comment box. And this part is very much required while solving the problems. Otherwise, you will get confused if you don't know the range of angles. Which angle is inclusive or which angle is not inclusive, that you have to know. And let me check. And equality sign is with 90 degrees. Yes, you all are correct. Since cosec of 90 degrees is defined, that is 1. So equality sign will be there here. And since it is for 0 degrees, it is not defined. So there is no equality, meaning that 0 is not included. All the angles greater than 0 are included, but 0 is not included. And for the last one, please write your equality sign where it should be. Please write it in comment box. Theta is greater than 0 or less than 90 degrees. And where should be the equality sign come? Is it towards 0 or is it towards 90 degrees? Please type in the comment box. Yes, equal to sign comes with 0. So here equal to sign is there. And I hope you understood this concept perfectly. And if you master this table, you see how much things you have to remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. 6 values into 6. You have to remember 36 things over here. And with the help of the tricks that I have explained, you can remember it well. So you see, here I had told you this is 30, but it is not 30, it is 36. In the table, you remember 36 things. So in total, this is 36 plus this will be 9 plus this 59. Either formula or the numericals you have to remember. Total 59 numericals and formula you have to remember. And or it becomes very difficult for most of the students to memorize this, and while memorizing they make all confusion, and that's why trigonometry becomes difficult. But so far we have discussed, you see, only 9 parts are remaining. So 9 formulae are remaining to be explained. So out of 59, 50 parts I have explain you how to remember them. Only 9 formulas are remaining to uh, be explained so as to how to remember them using the techniques which I am telling you. So do you find these techniques awesome? If you find it as awesome, please type awesome in the comment box. And so please see that for tomorrow's class, I will be explaining one more part and solving some problems. And while doing that, this table is required. This table is required to be memorized in the mind by the way of tricks that I have shown you. So if you find it awesome, please type awesome in the comment box, and people have already done it. And is it interesting? Is this topic interesting? You will find it as interesting, and you will find it so easy that you will love the mathematics.